enrichment. Thank you. Okay, this is what we have been talking about teaching literature. So teaching literature not only generally mean the teaching literature, literary genres. Beside that, there are many parts that we need to understand under teaching literature. So, for example, there is no figures of speech prosodic features. Figures of speech and prosodic features. I think about 18 and 19 types are there in figures of speech. You understand about the simile, metaphor, yes or not? Personification, onomatopoeia, images, symbols, on, right? These figures of speech, it's not given there in the syllabus. But we must read, sir and madam. We are supposed to read figures of speech. We are supposed to read the types of each and everything. But it is not given. यो सिलेबसमा त मलाई चावडा मात्रै दिएको छ हामीले किन पढ्नु पर्यो एक्स्ट्रा भन्नु होला फेरि प्लिज बी भेरी स्योर दैट you must read figures of speech, prosodic features and everything. Though the syllabus contains only 4 chapters, but the question comes. I do have the question. Okay, you can look at that. Last time ko yo secondary level ko question hai yo. License question. I do have still tick questions, objective questions of this license examinations. Yes. Which of the following always claims the sense experience is the starting point of our knowledge? Rationalism, empiricism, behaviorism, and mentalism. This is the first question of last time. Secondary. This is the question of secondary licensing examination. I still have. So, dear fellow teachers, sir and madam, just be sure that we are collecting all the materials that you are required to learn. So this is the way. Without I should not take more time over here because it's just a revision part. I showed you the syllabus, no problem. Okay, let me do some slideshow mode. Is there slideshow from 1? Yes, 8 up to 8 is there, but slideshow is up to 15. Yeah, 5. No problem with this. The problem is we have to understand the literature. What is literature? Is an imitation of a sequence of events. It's what the great philosopher Aristotle said. And literature is an art of expressing feelings, thoughts, and emotion in the form of words. Literature is the body of written works of language, period, and culture. I'm not taking more time because last time I took a bit more time. This time, this is just a revision. Imaginative and creative writing, especially of recognized artistic work. This is what literature is. So don't worry about that questions. Also, I will make the questions and okay. Still, the items to be taught in literature is very vague, and I will prepare the questions of this objective question. Don't worry. What is teaching literature? Literature mirror of society because it reflects the contemporary society. You see, the literature of Devkota time, Lakshmi Prasad Devkota, the great poet of Nepal. You see, Muna Madan, his epic that reflects the society, how the Nepali society was structured at that time. Wow, how the poverty, let's say garibi, that made the people suffer, that made the sweet couple suffer and get separated just because of poverty, just because of the economic crisis, and they separated and Madan left Muna, and finally there was a tragedy. Yes, because of misconception, both died. So that was a very heart-rending and very heart-tossing epic written by the great poet. This is literature. So literature reflects. You see, the Canterbury Tales by Geoffrey Chaucer, the father of poetry. Geoffrey Chaucer, modern. He's called father of poetry, modern poetry. And the Canterbury Tales uh, that does have 29 characters, and that was the exact reflection of the England, of that time, because he included all the characters, all the things, and very interesting. Everybody knows about the Canterbury Tales if you are a student of literature. This because it is a part of Middle English literature that you are supposed to read. What is literature? No problem. I think I should not take more time over here because we have a different, meanings. Anyway, if anything is written that becomes literature. So literature, for the literature, there must be written thing. That there must be recorded thing. Okay. So teaching literature is teaching the authentic thing, teaching the things that has been recorded. That is called teaching literature. And why teaching literature? Because literature is taken as a resource, or let's say motivating material or authentic material for the language enhancement. That is so that literature is very important tool for teaching in ELT as well. Why do we need to teach poetry to develop language? Why do we need to teach stories to develop language? No doubt. Story किन पढाइन्छ हामीले कथा किन पढाइन्छ भनेर कसैले सोध्यो भने because it is motivating material. Yes, because it teaches us about the real life experiences. You see, stories मा के हुन्छ? Characters हुन्छ, plot हुन्छ, हैन? There comes setting हुन्छ, हैन? अनि त्यसपछि all these ideas, theme हुन्छ, त्यो कुरालाई कसरी हामी एक्सप्रेसन गर्ने? This is called literature. यो पनि हामीले there are more than these qualities, not only these qualities, more than that, but I think no problem with the artistry, no problem, because literature is artistic always, universal भनेको, because literature is universal. The thing that is written in one place, that is valid. Let's say that is accepted all over the world. एउटा कुनै ठाउँमा great poetले लेख्यो भने that is valid. You see, and that is called, so that literature is always universal. And creative imagination, suggestiveness, right? And moral consciousness, permanence, and originality. And any problem with any points, you can write in the chat box. Basic qualities, its characters, not story. Yes. Any problem with the qualities of literature? It is what I discussed yesterday, and I'm taking a little time for the revision, because teaching literature is an important part. Sorry, madam. I'm taking 3 days for this literature, and hands out. I don't know whether I'm supposed to give the empty sense out of this literature or not, because it might not come in the examination, but TSC it will come. In TSC examination it will come, but in licensing examination, although from TSC licensing, it may not come. Yes, and that tick mark objective question is for tomorrow. All right. I don't think there will be any problem. Why to teach literature? यो why to teach literature मा सरेन म्याडम हेरे एउटा कुरा बुझ्नुस् है, why do it is literature? Why do it is poetry? Why do it is stories? Why do it is drama? अलिअलि बढी के गर्नु पोएट्री भन्ने बित्तिकै पोएट्री मिन्स मेडिटेसन कुरा गर्नुस् इमेजिनेसन अलि बढी हुन्छ डिभिएसन फर्म अलि बढी हुन्छ मेट्रिकल ल्याङ्ग्वेज अलि बढी हुन्छ हैन फिगर्स के रे यो फिगर्स अफ स्पीच र प्रोसोडिक फिचर्सहरु बढी हुन्छन् हैन फिगर्स अफ स्पीच हुन्छ प्रोसोडिक फिचर्स पनि हुन्छ सो दे देयर इन द पोएट्री okay now you understand interest बढाउनलाई त पक्कै हो हैन a different form of language analytic creative critical mind बनाउँछ provide pleasure and fun you understand the meaning of pleasure and fun yes to teach language skills through the different genre provide authentic materials right to help to educate the world person to develop the philosophical thinking once you read literature you become philosophical yes I told you example of Setu Dharti by Amar Nepane then you become the philosophical you can understand the experience of a widow woman yes how widowed women feel that is that reflects in that novel so to develop philosophical thinking in life and to develop vocabulary and cultural awareness very interesting yes okay I will give you don't worry I will give you